people from different nations, but now we're learning how to live as one.
Hands of Peace is a small nonprofit organization dedicated to nurturing peace in the Middle East, person by person. Through the Hands of Peace summer program, Israeli and Palestinian teenagers come to the United States to participate in a dynamic, dialogue-based program that allows them to meet each other, which they can't ordinarily do back home, learn how the conflict has impacted people on both sides, explore peace-building ideas together, and truly become friends. The Hands of Peace Alumni Club keeps participants connected to each other and helps them continue to work toward peace. American teenagers also participate in Hands of Peace. 8 years ago, I was one of those American participants. For me, just like many others, Hands of Peace changed my life. My name is Amy Cohen, and I'd like to share some Hands of Peace stories with you.
I never met a Palestinian before I went to Hands of Peace.
I've never before had any connection with Arab Israelis and also with Palestinians.
The idea of meeting someone who is Jewish and not Arab was exciting, and at the same time was kind of scary for me.
I think there's a statistic that I read that only 1% of Israelis and Palestinians have ever talked to somebody from the other side for more than 5 minutes.
As an American participant growing up in a religiously and ethnically diverse community, I was surprised at how apprehensive the Israeli and Palestinian participants were about meeting each other.
I remember that I just going in the yellow bus downtown Chicago, and I sat by Naram. She called Naram. She was from Nobles. She is a religious Muslim. We just sat down there and talked. She told me things. I'm suffering on the checkpoint, or this is very difficult to me to come from one side of Nobles to another place because there is so many checkpoints. And that was the point that changed me. And afterwards I was much more open to hear the Palestinians, to see the human in everybody.
I think the most beneficial thing in doing a dialogue program is first of all getting to meet Israelis and Palestinians in a place where it's not kind of a crime to meet. So it's okay to meet, it's okay to talk, you can talk.
So this is one thing that I think that Hands of Peace had the effect on it. The ability to think that, yes, to dare to make something different, even though that you don't know what are the results, but to dare to do it.
I learned a lot that it's not about you fighting, it's not about you proving your point of view. Sometimes it's about also listening. And before Hands of Peace, I didn't even have the ability of doing that.
I can say that before Hands of Peace, I used to live in a bubble, and I used to think that all Palestinians are bad and they don't know what they're talking about, and so on and so forth. But after you've been in a dialogue session, you hear their opinions and you find logic to them.
I felt that I came back from Hands of Peace very strong, and I learned how to respect others, how to hear and convey my message without hurting anyone's feeling.
It makes me much more sensitive to others, to other cultures, to Palestinians in particular, but to others.
The main impact that Hands of Peace does is to get people to think outside of the box. I thought outside of the box that they know.
After 2 weeks in Hands of Peace, like in the last day, we all just kiss and hug and everything is great. And then when you come back home, you will realize that this isn't over, this is where it starts, and that you have to continue in what you have started.
After Hands of Peace, I realized that I do have to come back. I think I realized that somehow, I always know that my home is in danger, that the whole idea of Palestine, the Palestinian identity is in danger. But I don't know if it was only Hands of Peace or it's just all the events that have been happening recently in Gaza and the West Bank, it just made me realize that I have a job here in Palestine. I have to come back and I have to be a Palestinian.
Hands of Peace influenced me to pursue a career related to the Middle East and hopefully in the Middle East for one main reason. I feel that I've been given a really rare opportunity, and I see with a lot of my Muslim and Jewish friends, without this great forum for dialogue with the other, they're never going to be able to look past kind of their parochial views of the conflict that they've grown up with.
I'm still looking for these ways, looking for ways I can spread the message that I got from Hands of Peace.
Helped me because now I know what I want to study, and I'm gonna start studying international relations.
Because of Hands of Peace, I understand that I have to take responsibility about what's going on in my country.
Hands of Peace also taught me to think twice before any action I make, before anything I say, because everything has consequences.
Programs like Hands of Peace are so important because they inspire people all over the world to realize that with enough people working together, peace is possible.
Hands of peace, we're building a bridge. Put your hand in mine. Trust in